Myself Raj. Welcome to Raj Online Trainings. In the series of Spring Boot tutorial, in the last video we have seen how to develop a Spring Web MVC application using Spring Boot. In this video, we are going to see how to read HTML form data in Spring Web MVC. This is very important concept to us. In the last video, we have created this Spring Web MVC project and we have added the dependencies like Spring Starter Web MVC, and we have added this Tomcat Embedded Jasper in order to make use of JSP, and even we have added Spring Boot DevTools, and we have created one controller class. How to mark it as a controller? @controller, and here we have created a class hello controller, and we have created one method get hello message. And to this model and view object, we have added this message and we have given the view name. We have written the view name, and here we are going to map with hello, request mapping hello, and we have created hello.jsp file, and we have read this message value, and in application.properties file we have provided the prefix and suffix. Today let us see how to read form data in Spring MVC. For that, let us create one JSP file to read a form data. Right click on web app and create a new JSP file. Create one JSP file. Let me go with the name of JSP file as book.jsp. Now, in this, let us create a form action equal to, let me go with the name display book. So here we are going to accept the book details from user, and these details we want to show in tabular format. That's a main task here. So here we are going with a form action as display book, method as post. Method as post. Now, design the form. Here we are going to create a form in the form of table. Create a table row. In the first row, we are going to accept book ID. Then we will create one text field, input type equal to text, name equal to BID. Create one more row. Here we are going to accept the book name. Then create one text field to accept the book name. Input type equal text, name equal to bname. Next row, accept the book price. Then create one text field, input type equal to text, name equal to price. Then finally, create one more row for submit button. Create input type equal to submit, value equal to submit. Now, when you click on this submit button, the action names here display book. Now, let us create one Java bin class. Let us create one Java bin class. Here we are having a package under our project. So in this package, let us create one class book. In com.rajtech.webmvc package, I am creating one class book. And in this class, let us go with the properties like private int bid, private string bname, private int price. Generate getters and setter methods. Right click and say source generate getters and setters. Select all, generate. Now this Java bin class is ready. Now in Spring MVC, whenever you make a request, it is going to invoke the controller. Let us create a controller class in the same package com.rajtech.webmvc. Let us create one class. Let me go with the name book controller. So in MVC, whenever you make a request, it will go to controller class. Now, mark it as a controller. How to mark it as controller? By using annotation @controller. Now, in this controller, let us create one method, display book. Here, in order to read this form data, whatever the form we have created, to read this form data, we can make use of one annotation called as in Spring MVC, that is request param. We can make use of one annotation request param, read the form data like int bid, string bname, then int price. Then go with model. So model will take care of adding the attribute so that we can go with the view page. By using model, we can return to the view page. Now, import the respective packages. Now, here we can take string request param, request param. I think these all things are not required. Directly it's going to read the form data into this arguments. Now, in this display book, create object of book class, book b equal to new book. Then set the values. B dot set bid with our bid value. B dot set bname with our bname value. B dot set price with our price value. Whatever the data we have read from form, we have stored into these arguments. These argument values we are adding to this book object. Now, by using this model, you can call the method add attribute. To this add attribute, pass your book. To this book, pass your book object. So the attribute name is book and the value of that attribute is our book object. This book object holds our data what we have filled in the form. Now, return the invoke the view page. So I'm going with the view page as display. So just to say here return display. Now, how to invoke this method? In order to invoke this method, since the method call is post here, here let us apply the post mapping. Go with the annotation @post mapping and let me say it as display book. I'm going with the mapping name as display book. Import the respective packages. Now, whenever we make a request, it will go to the controller class. From controller, we are providing the details of the view page. So what is the view name here? Display. And where view details are provided in application.properties, we have given the view details, the prefix as views folder and the suffix is .jsp page. Means whatever the view page we are creating, that view page we have to create in views folder. So where we have to create this display views page? In views folder. Under web app, we are having views folder which we have created in the last video. In this views folder, let us create one JSP file. Let us go with the name of the JSP as display.jsp. So why we have to use the name as display? In controller, we have mentioned the name of the view as display. So by using this application.properties file, it's going to identify the file, the view file in the views folder and the extension is .jsp. So it automatically comes to display.jsp file. Here, whatever the form data we have accepted, let us display in tabular format. Let me go with the heading display book, that is book details. Let us create a table, border, create a table row. In this table row, we will go with the table heading, book ID, then table data, take the value of book ID using the expression language $curly brace book.bid. Similarly, create one more row. Here, go with the table heading, book name, take the value of book name $curly brace book.bname. Third row, table heading, book price, Then table data, the value of price, book.price. That's it. Now, let us run this project. Right click on project, Spring Web MVC project, right click and say run as Spring Boot app. Now, once the server has started, see your Tomcat started on port number 8080, open browser and type the URL http://localhost:/8080/book.jsp. Here it's asking for the data. Fill the data like book ID 101, book name, learn Spring, then book price some 800. Now click on submit button. It's going to show our data in tabular format. It's very easy to read form data in Spring MVC. So once we create the form, when you click on submit, we are giving the action name as display book. So based on the action name display book, it's going to enter into this controller class and we are reading the form data using request param annotation. By using this request param annotation, whatever the data we have filled in the form, we are reading the data into this argument values. And once we read this data into argument values, by using model, we are adding the attribute book and we are passing this book object. So this book attribute holds all these book details. Now we are invoking the view page. So once we go to the view page, in view page, we are taking the value of this BID, bname and price value using book attribute and displaying data in tabular format. So this is very, very important. Please practice. Please subscribe, like and share. Thank you.